My name is Will Maynard, and I'm the head boys basketball coach at Southern High School in Anne Arundel County. I started playing basketball at the age of 5 for Galesville Youth Organization. I'm a local product of Southern High School. I played varsity basketball for 3 years. It could have been 4, but unfortunately my freshman year I didn't take academics seriously, and I missed majority of the year. My high school coach, Tom Albright, one of the most legendary coaches in the state of Maryland, allowed me to come back and finish the year off on JV. And I played one game of JV and had 34 points. And he told me, you know what, I'm moving you up for the playoffs. After that, after I finished a successful career at Southern, where I was a 1,000-point scorer, two-time 2A All-State, as well as two-time All-County, I went to junior college at Catonsville Community College for Coach Randy Gregory, who was an assistant under the years under now Siena assistant coach Luke DeLessio. I played there for 2 years, had a successful career, and ended up earning a scholarship to Division II Shepherd College, which is now Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. The best player I ever played with was a kid I played with in junior college by the name of Anthony Breland. He went to Oakland Mills out in Columbia, Maryland. He was 6'6", 6'7", long, wiry, athletic. You could not stop him from getting to certain points on the court. He really wasn't a consistent outside shooter, but he was very streaky. And because he had a quick first step, he was able to finish in traffic. Also, he was real unselfish, and he created a lot of scoring opportunities for me as well. But the best player I ever played against was Carmelo Anthony. I played against him when I was a senior. He was a freshman in AAU up at Douglas High School in Baltimore City. And at the time, you could tell that he was going to be a stud. He was long, he was athletic, but you could tell that he didn't grow into his body. But you could tell that definitely that he had a chance to make it. And as you can see, I mean, now being an NBA All-Star, I was right. Another guy that I played against that was really good is a guy by the name of Damon Garris. Damon Garris was a guy out of Woodlawn, another Baltimore product. He was very good. He was definitely a high major Division I prospect, but due to academics, he wasn't able to. Eventually, he got his academics in order, ended up going to at a JUCO camp out in Kansas, and went out there and performed so well that one of the best JUCOs in the country offered him. He went there, dominated up there, and due to the JUCO transfer rules, he wasn't able to go D1, but he went to Division II powerhouse Kentucky Western and had a successful career out there. Those are two best players I ever played against. The best player I've ever seen at any level is definitely Michael Jordan. You know, I didn't have the opportunity to see some of the older guys like Will Chamberlain or Oscar Robertson, but in my time, just watching and see the things Michael Jordan did was just tremendous. I mean, to start off on the defensive end, he could take you out your game defensively with his long arms, quick hands, and knack for playing the passing lanes. And then you had to think about on the offensive end, you look at his maturity over the years, how he started to develop a jump shot, started to include his teammates more. And even his post game, you know, the last couple of years when his athletic ability went down, you saw he started posting up and taking advantage of those opportunities, creating opportunities for shooters like John Paxsons and those type of guys. I mean, Michael Jordan made a lot of average basketball players money because he made them play to a level they probably thought they never could reach. In my young coaching career, I've coached quite a few players, but I think the best player that I've ever coached is a kid by the name of Brian Harris. we were fortunate to get Brian. Brian went to private school out of middle school. He went to Bishop McNamara in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Unfortunately for them, but fortunately for us, things didn't work out there, so he transferred back here, and he had a successful career. I'll never forget the first game, he put a Southern uniform on it, and nobody knew who he was. He had 30 points against Annapolis, who was probably the best team in 4A that year. Even though they didn't win the state championship, they definitely had the talent to compete. And that kid, his work ethic was uncalled for. I've never seen nothing like that before. This kid used to go to the gym before school to get shots up. I never thought I would have to tell a kid that he's working on his game too much. And the hard work paid off. After he had successful 2 all-county seasons here at Southern, he went to play at Maynard Military School for one of my college teammates, Chad Myers, who is now the head of hoop group. Brian went down there, had a nice career, ended up earning dozens of Division I offers, and ended up committing to Wofford. He ended up transferring from Wofford, and now he'll be an incoming freshman at UMBC. Growing up in a single-parent household, I took my mother's advice to my head all the time. And one of the best advice she ever gave me was she was telling me that regardless of what success you ever get, always remember you can't do it without God. Because a lot of people tend to think that they ended up getting to a certain level in their life by themselves. But she always told me that every little success that you had, you better thank God, because He's the reason that that happened. I think the best advice I ever gave somebody, which, off the court of basketball, was you need to remember always where you came from. A lot of people tend to get to certain points in their life and tend to forget about who was here for you when you started and who was there for you to help you along the way. Never forget where you came from, because you never know when you may need that person again in your life. My words of wisdom, and I tell any student athlete, not just basketball player, but anybody that's interested in playing sports at the next level. But don't get caught up in what league you play or what level you play, because at the end of the day, it's still college basketball. A lot of people always get caught up in Division I, Division II, Division III. Just because you're a Division I basketball player don't mean you're better than a Division III basketball player. The key to anything you do in life is getting an education. And if you can use the sport you play as a vehicle to get an education or to motivate you to get an education, you need to take advantage of it, regardless of what level.